Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming to you with my May favorites, and I'm going to get started this month with the book that I am reading right now. It is called We Can Do Hard Things, which is the same name of the podcast hosted by Glennon Doyle, Abby Wambach, and Amanda Doyle. And I have been listening to that podcast now for a few months and absolutely loving it. I'm a huge fan of Glennon Doyle. I have her other books, and she just has such great life insights, as does the podcast. This book kind of focuses on 20 questions about our lives, and there are all kinds of I guess, nuggets of information or wisdom from lots of celebrities and people who have been on the podcast. And it answers questions like, why am I like this? Who am I really? How do I figure out what I want? How do I make and keep real friends? All kinds of things. So I am about halfway through right now and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. So can't put it down. Definitely a great read for anyone who is a fan of Glennon Doyle or Abby or her sister, Amanda. Really, really great book, and definitely would recommend it. And jumping into beauty products, I have a few new products from Westman Atelier to rave about. I have one new lipstick, one old lipstick, and two new liners from their new lip liner collection. I'm trying to figure out which color is which. I believe this one is Petal and this one is Reve. And today I'm wearing on my lips Reve lipstick as well as the lip liner, the corresponding lip liner, which was a shade I already have and absolutely love. I think that's all that's left in this one anyway. I do have a backup of this since this is one of my favorite kind of pinky, a little bit deeper pink, nudie colors that I just love to wear kind of every day. And then I picked up the shade Petal, which is very similar to the Petal blush that I had previously owned. It's just a little bit of a lighter kind of rosy pink that I think is beautiful, and it matches up perfectly with the liners. The liners are really great. I would say they are kind of softer than the average liners that I have had from other companies. You do need to sharpen them, but they are not quite as soft and silky smooth as the Merit ones. If you have tried their liners, they are like nothing else I have, but these do stay on really well. So I like them both for different reasons, but I'm loving these two colors, and especially Reve. It kind of goes with everything. A lot of my lipsticks that are everywhere between a pink and a brown. And so, yeah, really happy to start wearing lip liner again, which kind of leaves, I kind of put it all over and it helps me to keep my lipstick on longer. So big fan of all of these products. Next up, I'm going to talk about fragrances. I recently went to my local mall to try out a new fragrance from Francis Kirkjohn called Kirky. And I did try the fragrance. I have it here on a card if I can still smell it. I can still sort of smell it. And I can tell you it reminds me of something. I'm not sure what, but I am not a huge fan, unfortunately. It is claimed to be that this was a scent that reminded Maison Francis Kirkjohn of his childhood, and I guess his childhood nickname was Kirky because people couldn't pronounce Kirkjohn. And yeah, it's supposed to be sort of childlike and kind of sweet. A lot of people describe this as very fruity. It is fruity, but I wouldn't say it's super sweet. I find it to be a little bit tart. There is a heavy dose of musk in this, but it is not my favorite. So I didn't end up picking that up, but I did pick up another fragrance, which I'll get into in a minute because I have already picked up one other thing to talk about, which is from Quince. This is their discovery set of fragrances that was sold out for so long, and I finally was able to get my hands on it. And I'm obsessed with a few scents that I know I'm going to end up either purchasing as a perfume or as a candle in some cases. So the fragrances that are in here, I'll just read them to you. They are just these little sample sizes. And the fragrances are, and I'm probably going to mispronounce them, but I'll leave the names down below. It's Côte d'Azur, Neroli Soleil, Oud Rouge, Bois de Santal, which is one of my favorites for a candle, Ombre Noir, another favorite for a candle, Mineral, which is very kind of what you would expect it to smell like, but it is sort of like a ocean scent. And I'm usually not a mineral person when it comes to fragrances, but there's something really fresh about this one, and I really do like it. There is Les Cerises, which I believe means, or cerises, that I believe means cherries, and Jasmine Nuit, which is absolutely beautiful. It is a beautiful jasmine fragrance. I would say my favorites currently are Bois de Santal, which is a beautiful sandalwood, Ombre Noir, a beautiful amber, and then the third one that I really loved was Neroli Soleil, which is a beautiful kind of fresh, clean neroli fragrance. And I would say, since I don't have a lot of candles that aren't sort of deep and dark and like woody, I am definitely interested in the Neroli Soleil as a candle first, and then we'll see if I'm interested in picking it up to actually wear. But Ombre Noir and Bois de Santal, definitely for the fall and winter, I will be getting those as candles. So I was really psyched to pick these all up, and I'm still in the process of trying them, wearing them, and seeing if there are any I want to purchase as a perfume for myself later. But really great little deal on 8 fragrances if you're interested in picking up the Discovery set from Quince. And now moving on to the fragrance that I ended up purchasing. I got this at my local Anthropologie. I was just in there browsing. I was not anticipating purchasing a fragrance, but this is one that I have heard a lot of people talk about, and I sprayed it on and it was just love at first sniff. So this is from Tocca, and this is Colette. And this is what the box looks like, really pretty. I got it in the 1.7 fluid ounces. They did have a smaller one, but I think it was like a dabber. And I have had a sample of a different Tocca fragrance that I didn't love quite as much as this in the dabber form, but the bottles are just so beautiful. First, I will take out the bottle and show you what it looks like. Here she is. And this is a fragrance that's actually quite hard for me to describe. So I'm going to read what it says on the box and just see if that gives you a better description. So it says, Colette is a warm floral scent that sparks your imagination. Absolutely true. A tribute to the great poets of the 1940s. Colette is a seasonal blend of bergamot, violet, I get both of those, spicy pink peppercorn, and warm sandalwood. An alluring indulgence that will inspire you to express your truest self. And I agree with all of that. I think it is an absolutely lovely perfume. I remember actually learning about this from Anna Lauren, who described it as something that smelled very similar to Gypsy Water from Byredo, which is one of my favorite perfumes. And I'm always sort of, I don't know why I do this. I have so many perfumes in my collection that there is no way I am going to be running out of any of them anytime soon. But for some reason, I always go, really sparingly with my perfumes, and I try not to wear one too often because I don't want to go through it. And I know I have the small size of Gypsy Water, and I've just been really babying that bottle for so long. So this does smell quite similar. I would say this one is even a little bit fresher. Beautiful fragrance. Really happy to have added it finally to my collection. And I love the cap on this. It's super heavy duty. It's not magnetic, but really sturdy, and the bottle is just so lovely. This makes me want to have a beautiful sort of dressing table with all the lovely feminine objects on it, including this beautiful bottle of perfume. It's just stunning. So if you haven't got your nose on this, definitely check it out. They have a whole bunch of different ones from the Tocca line at the Anthropologie stores. And yeah, I know I've seen it available on Amazon and other places, but I really wanted to just sample it first, and I ended up having to buy it. So beautiful new fragrance in my collection. And switching into some fashion things that I have purchased over the last month or so, the first thing I'm going to start with is the necklace I'm wearing. It is this cord necklace, which you can't see. You can adjust the length of this, but this is just this kind of sculptural metal object on this cord that I think was really cool and pretty, and something that you can actually adjust the length of the cord depending on what you're wearing. And I have been looking for something like this for so long, and so when I found it at a little street sale, I ended up purchasing it for like $10, something like that. But really cute. This is something I'm really getting into again. I used to be a huge cord necklace person back in probably the late 90s, I would say, and I am back in it and wanting all the cord necklaces. I also picked up some linen vest tops from Quince. I have these in the color Flax as well as black to go with the flax and black pants and shorts that I have and make them kind of a matching set. I did actually try out their sleeveless tops in linen. They sell kind of a longer one and kind of a cropped one that kind of buttons down the back. And I found the cropped one to be a little bit kind of wide in the size medium and a little bit like not as flattering in the size small. Same with these. I felt like the size small was a little bit too small, but I did like the medium in these because you can wear it not only by itself, but you could also throw it, in my case, over a t-shirt, which I love the way that looks as well. And I am just in love with all the vest tops that I have seen, especially in kind of the matching sets with their corresponding different pieces. I think this would also look really cute with all of the kind of maxi and midi skirts that I have, and definitely something I was missing in my wardrobe that will add a little bit more interest to an otherwise very sort of basic wardrobe. And speaking of basic, the other item that I picked up off of Amazon this month are some new Havaiana sandals. And I have been a Havaiana wearer for many, many, many years, but I have never had the square toe version. And when I saw someone talking about these in a video, I went straight online and had to find them because I wanted to try them. I do think the square toe gives them just a little bit more of an elevated look. They're still, you know, I call them pool flip-flops, but I wear these all the time, whether I'm at the pool or not. I just find them super comfortable, super easy. I'm loving that flip-flops are having a moment again. And I have actually a little kitten heel pair on order from Amazon as well to try those out. And I'm really loving kitten heels right now. And that actually reminds me of one other thing that I wasn't planning to show in this video, but I'm going to grab it and show it to you. So the other pair of kitten heels that I have been obsessed with that I also purchased off of Amazon are these. They are kind of a mesh with a leopard print toe kind of mule kitten heel that I purchased off of Amazon, and they were a really great price. They are super comfortable, especially considering they almost have like this piece that goes over your foot is almost like a jelly shoe. It's like that jelly, I don't know what to call it, jelly material. And then of course the mesh over the toe. These are super comfortable on me. So definitely something I just wanted to point out for anyone who may be looking for something leopard and something that isn't like too over the top leopard. These are really cute and they're like the perfect little statement shoe to kind of dress up any outfit. And last but not least, I have two bags to talk about. The first one is something that was on my wish list, and I was really happy that it went on sale and I was able to pick it up. It is this beauty. It's from Longchamp. This is the Le Pliage large tote in the shade Paper, which is kind of a neutral light beigey shade. And for those of you who are not familiar with this bag, it unfolds. You can fold it up for travel, but then unfold it and it turns into a zip tote that is like the perfect size and shape. I see them everywhere when I travel, so I'm sure you're probably familiar with this bag, but I have it in black and I have been wanting to get a lighter color for some of my more kind of summer travels, and finally was able to pick this one up and really excited to get it for a little bit of a discount. It was 20% off, which I will take, and yeah, really great bag. And the other bag I wanted to rave about is the bag I'm using right now. It is this woven tote from Etsy. This is such a beautiful bag. This is from a seller on Etsy. I actually got it secondhand off someone on Poshmark, but I was able to locate who I think is the seller of this bag. For anyone who may be interested, I will try to find that and leave a link down below. Those are my favorites for the month of May. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below, and I will see you all soon in my next one. Have a great day.